Myanmar, an ancient land rich in traditions and culture, diverse in ethnicities and religion, blessed with stunning landscapes and geography. After decades of isolation, the country once known as Burma is welcoming the world again. During a single week in 2013, 7 days in Myanmar gathered 30 of the world's most renowned international and local photographers and sent them to every corner of the country to capture the places, lifestyles, and people that make Myanmar so captivating to the world.
After the British conquered Lower Myanmar, they made Yangon a capital. Even now, although the capital has moved to Naypyidaw, the new capital, Yangon is still the commercial capital and of course the biggest city.
This project, I've been working on architecture. The buildings like the State Secretariat building, which is very, very beautiful. And so this time around, I went around to photograph these places.
Yangon is fortunate in having all these buildings, especially near the riverside, the Strand and the City Hall, right in the center of the town, because the city was planned by the British on a very regular sort of grid with straight north-south and east-west roads.
I do a lot of documentary work, which means I like to record change. Change happens all the time. This picture I took 10 years ago in 2003, and this one here I just took last week. The reason I come to Myanmar is because I like the people. The people in Myanmar are very kind, very honest. They take a lot of care to foreigners. They take care of foreigners very well.
My assignment in 7 Days in Myanmar is about a politician icon, like NLD chairman or Win Tin that we already done for today. Before I came to Burma, I have a research what I should do. Like I researched Win Tin before, so I know his trademark, his blue shirt. I know his background. Okay, one more. Yes. The one thing that I love Myanmar is the people. Show your emotion like very happiness. 1, 2, 3. Nice one. A, B, Gaja. I like Myanmar a lot, so I love the Myanmar people, like very kind to the foreigner.
The project isကျွန်တော်ရဲ့ title ကတော့ transition မြန်မာပေါ့နော်အဲ့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်ကဒီနိုင်ငံထဲမှာရှိတဲ့အခုပြောင်းလဲနေတဲ့အကြောင်းအရာတွေလည်းရိုက်မယ် ထင်သာမြင်သာရှိတဲ့အကြောင်းလေးတွေပေါ့ဥပမာမော်တော်ကားတစ်တွေဝင်လာတာတို့နောက် banking system တွေတို့နောက်ပြီးတော့training center တွေတို့နောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီကျွန်တော် media ပေါ့နော် media နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့ဟာတွေ develop ဖြစ်လာတယ်အဲ့ဒါတွေကျွန်တော်လည်းပို့အဓိကယူရထားရပေါ့နော်
Ong Pye is chief photographer for the Union Daily newspaper and is a founder of Myanmar Image Makers, promoting up-and-coming photojournalists to take advantage of the country's new media freedoms.
Myanmar, or Burma, is undergoing probably its most significant transition of the last half century. It's both a political transition from long years of military dictatorship to what everyone hopes is a more democratic political system, certainly a more open political system. It's at the same time an economic transition from decades of state-controlled economy and isolation from the world economy to an economy that's much more based on free market.
နောက်တစ်ချိန်ကြာရင်ဒီ photojournalism ကိုကျွန်တော်ဒီနောက်တဲ့ new generation တွေကိုလက်ဆင့်ကမ်းဖို့ distribution လုပ်ဖို့ရည်ရွယ်ချက်လည်းရှိပါတယ်
Indonesian photographer Rio Helmi was assigned to follow and photograph some of Myanmar's most famous musicians, artists, and actors.
I'm meeting people who are living inside it and who are living as artists and musicians and who express themselves through their art. And so therefore, I get a window into what is in Myanmar.
Shine the eyes. Very good. Thank you so much.
I'll be Alexander Fleming.
To be honest, I wasn't exactly sure who I was going to photograph when I first came. So there's two approaches. Either I research completely or I just go and see what's there. So this time I decided, okay, I know a little bit about Myanmar, not much, but this time I decided I'm just going to go and just experience what's happening there, and that's it. I don't have to make too many things in my head first.
So yeah, young Oma, she did Lungari, John, Pila Kajalushin, the Jamai, John, Pila Brida, one long near Lily, John, Matamasan, Pila Kajalushin. So my Diga, the Lungari, John, or say with our Yakin, project over and Yakin. Don't you know, the woman, tell me, can you get him to your talk? Can you out of the lemon, Baria, Yaji, I made a good note of Buji. So I like the Kaitan, which on Panay, Kaitan Kuma, Power in there, Walivo, actually, the Kuma.
For me, what's beautiful about photography is photographing people everywhere I go. And I like to meet them, and talk with them, and understand who they are and what they think and what they do. And let's see everything.
Some bad luck or some bad things comes, it's counter back.
Okay. I find that the people in Yangon are very warm and welcoming to me as a photographer. Myanmar is the most photogenic place that I've ever photographed.
American photographer Chang Chan-chi was assigned to document life as it's lived on the streets and riversides of Yangon.
I really loved it. The challenge has always been, the so-called try to recognize an order in a visual anarchy, in which how do you compose a picture that will convey the information but also the emotion. So it's very different, but it's also the same kind of challenge, just as well. It hasn't been easy, but I like the challenge. I only wish it was 70 days, not 7 days.
Yangon is the biggest city in Myanmar. It's going to continue to be the biggest city for a very long time. Getting Yangon right is critically important, not just to the future of the Myanmar economy, but to the country as a whole. If we can make this city one of the best cities in the region, an attractive, beautiful city that works, that is modern, that protects its old architectural heritage, that keeps its unique features, that tries to integrate its old landscape like the pagodas, like the Shwedagon Pagoda, but also the old ex-colonial downtown into a more modern landscape, we will have something unique that will be a priceless asset going forward.
My area is sports. Today, so far, it's been bodybuilding, and then maybe we'll do some weightlifting, but we'll visit also a boxing gym. I mean, seriously, it's easy to take kind of normal pictures. The difficult thing is to try to take pictures that people will remember, that will have some special feeling.
British photographer Chris Steele Perkins traveled to Naypyidaw, where the government relocated the nation's capital in the last decade. Part of the capital's massive construction included new athletic training facilities and stadiums to host the Southeast Asia Games at the end of 2013.
I mean, the difficulty is really just getting the photograph, that really, the one that you're really after, that is really interesting. Some of it is inside, but there's a lot of movement and low lighting. It's not the easiest. I think a number of pictures I take today will find their way into the book.
Pagoda was quite impressive, but it was so big that you had to have human beings, people within the same frame, so you could know how big it is.
Indonesian photographer Tara Sosroardoyo covered monasteries and villages around Naypyidaw, where life remains much as it was since before the new capital's construction.
Today we photographed a few things in the village, very interesting. We photographed the process of making the betel nut thing with the leaf, interesting. Okay, now 2, 3. Oh shit. Okay, we go. And one more. I feel very relaxed. The village is very nice, very simple life, and many things are very similar, but also many things are different.
We have two centers of culture. The first one is the beginning of Myanmar culture in Bagan, which is from the 11th to 13th century. And the last one is from the 19th century in Mandalay, which in the king's time was known as Yadanabon, the meaning a heap of treasures.